After the fated kiss and celebration, readers of fairy tales close the book and go on with their lives. Few are aware fairy tale characters have lives as well. They move on too. And while readers are convinced happily ever after is code for no worries, be happy, fairy tale characters know it to mean the party's over. Or as Sleeping Beauty said in a Vanity Fair expose several years after her kiss, the shit got real. So after the kiss from Prince Charming, wedding and multi-species celebration, Snow White settled in for the long run. While Snow and Charming weren't in a rush to start a family, they did find they were legal guardians to 7 mind dwellers with no discernible talents other than singing and breaking rock. Then along came an invite from Oprah Winfrey to appear as a guest on Where Are They Now? Willing to do anything to break the monotony, Snow accepted the invite. All she needed was a hairdresser who specialized in 1930s hairstyles, petroleum jelly to ease into that dress, and a supply run to Jack's Liquor Depot and Crematorium. Hello, good morning. Welcome to another installment of Where Are They Now? I'm Oprah Winfrey, and I know you've heard the rumors of a surprise. Today we have a special guest. One of my all-time favorites, and anyone who's ever watched the show knows her list of all-time favorites numbers in the thousands. Without further ado, straight from the Enchanted Forest, through Lancaster, PA, and now Pasadena, California, ladies and gentlemen, did I mention she's one of my all-time favorites? Snow White! Hi-ho! The audience jumps to its feet amidst a thunderous applause. Producers pipe in the Seven Dwarfs song. The audience dances in the aisles. You're not dancing. Thank you. Snow White enters the studio, smiling sweetly, clutching her purse with one arm, waving to the audience with the other. Many years removed from the fairy tale, Snow White is a tad less sprightly, a bit gray and a few pounds heavier. The girlish figure giving way to the demands of age, domesticity, and gravity. But beneath a weathered exterior, the audience believes she is still the happy, animal-whispering young maiden with whom they all fell in love. With a sweeping hand to the crowd, Snow accepts the host's invitation to take a seat on the couch. Snow, it's so good to see you. Oh, Oprah, it's lovely to see you too. And a couch. Then again, who has time to stretch out with so much to do? So the dwarfs keep you pretty busy. Is it okay to call them dwarfs? Oh my goodness, yes. Dwarfs are what they are and how they're known. But with PC and Game of Thrones, they're not as hot a ticket as they once were. But it's all about the people, the good people, who made our fairy tale a success. So Snow, I'm sure our studio audience, and I certainly do too, want to know what's happened since we last saw you. Well, after the fairy tale, Charming and I decided to follow his career. With saving fair maidens, dragon slaying, and propping up monarchies out of vogue, he decided to get into mining, make it a family business. But with his participation in the Crusades, moving to the Middle East was out of the question. There's still a wee bit touchy about the March on Jerusalem. So we looked into fracking and moved to Pennsylvania. That would give Charming a fresh start, something to do with the boys. But we didn't research it properly and found the need for miners was minimal. Hostile crowds and onset of water control gave us enough incentive to seek other options. So we ended up back in California doing what we do best, entertain. While Charming attends auditions, I spend all day at home with the boys. Have you thought about putting the dwarfs in school? The school district thought they might become a distraction with their celebrity. And we really can't prove their ages. I mean, they all have beards and look like they're 40. So they mostly work in the backyard with picks and shovels and sing and sing and sing. That delightful little tune. Our yard looks like an Australian hillside with hills and mounds everywhere. but we're thankful for the splendor. Snow, that sounds, oh, absolutely wonderful. So sweet, I just might cry. And you should tell us more right after these messages. Someone get me a tissue. During the break, Snow asks for and receives a clean glass. She then reaches into her purse and pulls out an already open fifth of Tennessee whiskey. Would you like a soda? Oprah says. No, thank you, dear, says Snow. Straight up is just fine. You know, nerves and all. Would you be a dear and ask a producer for 2 ice cubes? Snow, meanwhile, pours herself a double. Hi-ho! Welcome back, people! For those just joining us, we have Snow White. She's been sharing her life after the fairy tale. Tell me, Snow, I hear you're homeschooling. Like I said, we can't really put the boys in traditional school, and they're more vocation-oriented. So I teach them when I can when they're not working on their craft. They stay so absolutely busy, so very, very busy. Then Snow takes a long sip of her drink. The boys like to keep pets around, and Charming only encourages them, but I have to be the adult and draw the line. Snow, what do you do with your spare time? Well, I do the traditional role thing. I cook and I clean, and I clean, and I clean and I sew. Did I mention I clean? I just try to keep the fairy tale alive. Charming must love that. Any plans for kids of your own? We thought about it, but it's hard to find those quiet moments. And when you do, you know how it is with little ones running about all the time. It's a miracle when you're both fresh and relaxed. But we do find time for one another, but no luck so far. Well, Snow, without getting into the naughty details, we have to take another commercial break. We'll be right back. Oprah, dear, do you mind if I have just a couple of more ice cubes and a taller glass? I'm absolutely parched and my nerves seem to be doing a little dwarf dance in my tummy. Once the ice and glass arrives, Snow pours herself a triple, knocks it back, and then refills a glass for the next segment. Those silly old nerves just won't go away. Hi-ho! Hi-ho! The fairy tale continues now. Welcome back to our show and our special guest, Snow White. So you're keeping it natural. Well, our yard's a no man's land with holes and tunnels and trenches and holes. I'm afraid the dwarfs are going to dig up long-lost British soldiers, and that will get the neighbors talking. So no worries about hearing the Garden Club Rose Bush competition. Did I mention the boys sing? Then there's the matter of their beards. They shed like Labradors and have the hygiene habits of, well, fucking miners. Hair, dirty boots, tools everywhere. The smell of sweat, dirty miners everywhere. And you know where Charming is. Nice, peaceful, quiet work. Leaves me home all day to take care of his boys because they can't go unsupervised. You know, I have a degree in interior decor, especially in woodland settings. But do you think I get to work out of the house? No. Hang out with people my own age? No. Talk about things that interest me? No, ma'am. I'm home taking care of 7 dwarfs, feeding them, cleaning up after them. They beg me to bathe them, but that's totally out of the question. The little pervs. And no telling what would happen to my beagle if I left him alone with them. It would be Folsom Prison Blues for Sparky. And Charming works all day with starlets and comes home hoping to get a little. God help him if I catch him again with Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella. He could be a CDC test case for communicable diseases. If I knew then what I do now about the maidens he's woken from death's slumber, his mouth is like a hothouse for deviants, hookers, and gold diggers. And don't get me started about those maidens. One little kiss and those tramps sink their claws into a man. And him, he's Mr. Prince Charming, naive, innocent, charming. Can't say no to anyone, doesn't want to say no. Hell, I wouldn't leave him alone with my grandma. Thank goodness the wolf finished her off long before Charming came along. Me, I would love to have my needs attended to first. I wouldn't mind a little happy ending, but you try to catch a moment of real playtime with someone else or by yourself. With 7 little men sticking their heads in the door every few minutes. Last, we got caught happy with a video camera. Thinks he's a porn producer. And charming, all class. He could do it in a crowded bus station. In fact, I once thought I caught him with Cinderella, but it ended up her getting her goodies on with DiCaprio. And the housewife routine? Give me a washer, indoor plumbing, and a little air conditioning. But no, charming likes to keep it natural. Like the enchanted forest. So I'm beating clothes against a rock, hand washing dishes for a horde of miners, pissing in the bushes, and cleaning bird crap off the windowsills constantly. You sing to the little monsters, they keep coming back. Put bleach in the bird bath, didn't help. And with that, we're going to take a break. We'll see you on the other side of the commercial break with Snow White. Before the music starts up, after the break, Snow leans over to Oprah. Is it absolutely necessary to play that song? The audience loves it. The audience loves you. Seriously, Oprah, screw 'em. Can't we find another tune? Oh, Snow, don't be silly. What other song can we possibly play? Oprah, I don't fucking care. Just not that fucking song. I hear it every fucking day. I hear it when I sleep. I hear it when I shower. I hear it when I take a crap in the backyard. I hate that fucking song. And it's the only fucking song these little guys know. And they sing it all fucking day. Snow, I don't know what to say. It's not that difficult. Say into your microphone, change the damn song. Play that song again. I'm going evil queen on you. Turn to a gray wolf and rip out your throat. Easy, girlfriend. I'll ask producers to play another Disney tune. On a star, makes no difference who you are. Oprah whispers into our microphone. The music from the magical world of Disney is heard overhead. Thank you. Yeah.